Joe Biden on the cusp of the presidency, the razor-thin contest still too close to call as critical battleground state ballots are still being counted, including right here in our state of Georgia. Good morning, I'm Christy Diaz.
And I'm Sheba Russell. Right now, President Trump is in danger of winning a second term as many of those states show former Vice President Joe Biden in the lead.
So now let's get a look at the results for the presidency here in Georgia. That gap has only grown overnight. We got one of the largest vote counts in overnight from Fulton County. I'll go through those numbers for you in just a minute, but right now Biden leading by an even bigger margin than we had. I've been tracking these numbers all week long. So here's a breakdown of how many votes separate the two right now. Let's take a look. All right, so last night at 11 o'clock, we had about 4,020 votes separating the two. Overnight, Fulton County came in with over 5,000 votes. Another 74 came in from Chatham County down here in the Savannah area. So right now, as of this morning at 6 o'clock, Joe Biden currently leads Georgia by 7,248 votes. Pretty wide margin there. We do expect other counties like Gwinnett to start counting again at 9 o'clock this morning, so that number is likely to change again. We will keep our eye on these numbers as more counties wake up this morning and we start getting more numbers in. Sheba.
All right, Christy, out of breath there because she has been busy tracking the numbers for all of you overnight, and she's been doing a great job all week doing that for us. Election workers in Gwinnett County, you just heard Christy mention them. They were supposed to start working into the early morning hours, but another technical glitch halted the process. The county is expected to fix the issues today to start tabulating more than 530 absentee by mail ballots that require a signature cure and 3 military and overseas ballots. Also, and this is a big one here, nearly 1,000 provisional ballots still need to be reviewed by the county's Board of Elections to see if they can be counted, and that will be done on Monday morning. Now to Fulton County, election officials say all early day of and absentee mail-in votes have been counted. They're now working on those provisional and military and cured ballots. You just heard Christy mention that they just put in a bunch into the system overnight, 5,000 processed votes. But now the county is addressing a viral video falsely accusing an election worker of crumpling up a ballot. Elections Chief Richard Barron says the video is shameful. The crumpled paper, he says, was not a ballot but an instruction sheet. The worker is now in hiding because he's getting threats after his personal information was leaked online. So much is still left to do in our state with the ballot. So let's get a quick county by county breakdown. Let's head back on over to Christy. You know, Christy, people just want to know how many votes are left to count, but it's proving to be pretty difficult right now.
It is. In fact, I want to go ahead and point your eyes toward these two numbers because the numbers on this board come from the AP. And that's usually where we get our numbers, but these haven't updated in about 8 hours. So just to give you an idea of what's been going on inside our brain, we've been backtracking, doing math from the backside all morning long to make sure we got to the correct vote count and the spread between the two candidates, which currently is 7,248 votes with Biden ahead here in Georgia. So let's take a look county by county. Here's what we know happened overnight. In Fulton County, we know that 5,184 votes total came in overnight. 74 of those votes we know came from Chatham County. So quick breakdown here. We know that about 54 votes went for Biden and about 20 votes here went for President Trump. And up here, you know, those numbers are going to be much greater. Both of these counties are pretty heavily Democratic counties. So this is one of the greatest, largest outstanding vote counts that we have been waiting on. And the Secretary of State's page hasn't updated those values in about 8 hours. So we've been doing the math to make sure this is correct. So just one more time, Joe Biden is leading Georgia by 7,248 votes. We will, of course, keep tracking that throughout the day. Sheba, do you have any questions?
I think the only thing we can go by right now, Christy, is that last news conference yesterday afternoon around 3:30, 4 o'clock, in which The numbers guy, Gabriel Sterling, had been mentioning just how many they have in the state, checking in with most of those 159 counties. So I'm going to go off my memory here. I believe there were about 14,000 provisional ballots that they had thought that they had to still process as of yesterday afternoon, statewide.
Statewide, that sounds about right. I know Fulton County has about, let's see, I know Gwinnett County still has many and Fulton County still has a few. And then, for example, I know in Gwinnett County, they already started counting some of their military ballots, but then after they pushed those numbers through, 3 more came in.
Yeah.
So the Gwinnett County is going to start counting again at 9 o'clock this morning. Fulton County, for the most part, has finished counting, but there are still a few, and I can get those numbers for you in the next breakdown.
All right, but so far, as we know, it looks like Gwinnett County might be the last one to finish doing their vote count. Yes,
right here, this county is the one that we're really waiting on. So once it gets light and once the sun comes up, we should start to get some more numbers, and that should answer a lot of questions for us.
All right, this one's for you here.
That's right. The Secretary of State has told 11 Alive that the state will likely head to a recount because of this razor-thin margin between former Vice President Joe Biden and President Trump. But the question, as Sheba mentioned, many want answered, is when will our state be done counting? So right now, let's head to Fulton County, where Mara Siriani is live at the state capitol with more on when Georgia could finally finish counting.
That's the question on everyone's mind. Sheba and Christy, you laid it out perfectly just how hard it is because these votes just keep on trickling in. They keep on coming in from different counties. Different counties are updating and reporting, and we're keeping track of the Secretary of State's website, staying on top of all of this for you. But again, as of this morning, Biden leading Trump with a little more than 7,200 votes. If you're just waking up, that lead widened again overnight by about 3,000 votes since about 1 o'clock this morning. Now, the Secretary of State's office says the hope is that counties will certify their votes by counts before, I should say, their November 13th deadline, so everyone will know the count and then move on to what is likely next. They are saying that would be a recount. As far as the state's response to President Trump's questioning whether Georgia's elections process is flawed, even fraudulent, here's Georgia's Secretary of State. Take a listen.
If any member of the public raises legitimate concerns, we'll investigate those. We are committed to doing anything and everything to maintaining trust in our electoral process here for every Georgian.
And they've been talking all week about the validity of the elections process here in Georgia. So, of course, we're going to stay on top of this. As you guys mentioned, counties like Gwinnett are still going to be counting today. But, of course, stay with us for the very latest as we track everything here in Georgia.
All right, Mara, thank you very much. These numbers are going to be fluid throughout the rest of the day. We'll keep our eye on all of it.